Hey there guys, and welcome to Rampage Knights First Look. For those of you who are new to my channel, or perhaps don't know the format of my channel, and I'm trying to make it a bit more standard. It hasn't been quite so standard in the past, but I'm working on it. I start off every series I ever do on my channel with a first look, more or less just to get a gauge of how well or how badly a game would be received on my channel. Now, I've already recorded a video of this, of me doing a run within the game, and there's going to be footage on screen now of me playing the game, but I'm going to be talking in post purely because in the first 5 minutes of the run that I've already filmed, I find it very difficult to talk about the game, and I lose my train of thought very easily when you're focusing on the game itself. It's a very fast-paced game. But yeah, for those of you who are new to my channel, blah, 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 I start off every series with a first look. So this is the first look. And what is Rampage Knights? Well, it says on Steam it's a beat 'em up. It's a beat 'em up. It's a brawler, essentially. It's a 2D brawler, and it's a ton of fun. It's got rogue elements, and the reason I say that is because I have no idea what the difference is between rogue light and rogue like, and I'd rather just keep it simple and just say rogue element. Basically, there is permadeath in the game. If you die, then you have to restart with you can restart with the same character. There's no levels in the game. You collect gold and you collect items as you go through, and the items are completely randomized. So is the level generation. The level generation in the game is based very much on kind of a Mario-esque idea, where you have a world, and they're more like areas in this game. The first one is Enchanted Forest, the second one is Dark Castle. No, the second one is Courtyard, the third one is Dark Castle, the fourth one is Tomb, and then the fifth one is a boss. Anything after that, I haven't got a clue. I've never gotten that far. Now, the loot is completely randomized, blah, 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 and when you die, you lose your loot, your gold, and you have to restart from scratch. It's not necessarily a bad thing, because as you progress with any rogue-ish game, you do unlock things as you progress. Now, I've played this game quite a bit before filming, just to get a hang of it, to see how it works, because the fighting takes a little bit of time to get used to. I had to rebind the keys, and I'll show up an image or a scene of my key bindings for people to copy if they're playing the game and they want to know what my key bindings are for keyboard. It's very much a controller game, but it plays perfectly on mouse and keyboard. You do, I find, have to rebind the keys. It plays by default using the cursor keys 1, 2, 3, 4, and like S is pick up, I think, or use. I find it a lot easier to use WASD to move, E to use. I use left click to attack, mouse button to pick up items. You can see all the key bindings but there. It's a very fast-paced game, and it's a lot of fun as well. When I first saw my first video on it, which is how I found the game to begin with, it was originally in early access, and I must admit I'd never heard of it until it came out of early access, and I saw some videos of it. What really makes me want to do a series on this game is every run is different, so you can make multiple videos on them, and every video will be different. And not just that, this game is really fun, and it's really interesting to watch, to see someone either get a very high hit multiplier or get random items or curses. There's random buffs and debuffs in the game, things like that. There's a thing called ass disease, which, if I can get a scene of that, I'll show you. You drink it and you either turn into have a head of a donkey or an ass, or your head literally turns into an ass, a butt. That's the only thing I can explain. And it's so much fun. I can't explain. There's a lot of good mechanics in the game. It's very solid. The only issues I've had with this game so far, and I do express this in the the next video I'm going to be putting out about it, which is the first run I do. When you dodge in the game, there's a frame just after you finish dodging where you're stunned. It's like less than a second. But I always find that enemies hit you far too quickly. Like, you can dodge and then immediately get hit. And I feel like that shouldn't happen half the time. There are times where I get hit and I'm like, I don't agree with that. I really don't. It's like I can dodge something and get hit mid-dodge, but it's as if I'm at the end of the dodge animation, which I'm not. There are certain things such as projectiles. There's throwing weapons you can get, and your enemies can use throwing weapons, and they will hit you whilst you're dodging, I believe, which I'm fine with. That's a mechanic of the game. But there are times where I've just started dodging, I still take the damage, and it's like, really? No, I can't agree with that one. So, oh well, what can you do? Hopefully that gets patched in the future. But yeah, the reason I'm doing this in post as well, just a little side note here, is the run, I'm going to warn you guys now, is about 25 minutes long to 30 minutes long. I've kept the entire run as a whole big thing, and the reason for that is because I feel like that's the best way to present it. Obviously, if it's like 40 minutes or longer, it needs to be cut down. Shorter videos do better on YouTube, but I don't like cutting. I'd like to make it so that one full run is in a video. Do you kind of see what I mean? Unlike Ironcast, where I can cut it off in between missions, so I can do like 2 missions an episode. With this, it's very difficult to find that cut-off point. And I thought about doing it perhaps in between zones, but then you'll end up with like 5-minute episodes, which I don't know if that's a good idea or not. And if you guys could leave a comment below to voice what you think would be the best idea. I don't want to spam the channel with 5-minute videos of, okay, here is run 1, green zone, here's run 2, courtyard zone, here is run 3, here's run 1, castle zone. You know, each run has a potential of 5 or more videos. That just seems like a bit of, it's spam, and I don't want to spam you guys. I wouldn't want that, and I know you guys definitely don't want that. But also the very long videos, there are people who will obviously watch them, but the majority of people who are going, oh, I want to watch Rampage Knights content just to find out what this game's about, are very unlikely to click on those videos, and they're also very unlikely to even show up in the search rankings if they're not below 15 minutes. 15 minutes is kind of cut-off point, where Google's like, okay, really good quality videos, if they're 20 minutes-ish, show them at the top. Otherwise, show the shortest videos possible at the top. And it's like, do I want to beat the algorithm, or do I want to be kind to you guys who are going to watch and enjoy the content? Obviously, I want to focus on my subscribers more than newcomers. I want newcomers to come on, because obviously I want to grow the channel. I want new subs. But obviously, if I'm tailoring it to newcomers, then my subs, I'm going to lose subs because I'm spamming my subs. Yeah. Sorry about that little tangent. I just kind of needed to get that out there because I need your guys' opinion on how I could perhaps segment the content. And I think that's about it. I think I covered everything. It's about a 10-minute long video, which is kind of what I was hoping for. Yeah. The Steam page link is in the description below, so you can go look at the Steam page. It is currently 17% off. It is £7.49, or your regional equivalent. It is £11.27 for a 2-pack. The game does support multiplayer and co-op, so you can play against each other or you can play with each other. So if you have a friend, it's very easy to set up. I've already done it. Multiplayer is very, very easy to set up. Is the game any easier with 2 players? I'm actually going to leave that one to find out for yourself. in my experience, no. But find out for yourself what I mean. I'm not going to show any multiplayer on my channel unless someone in my YouTube network that I'm with want to help along. Anyways, guys, I've been Phoenix Cypher. I've been your host. Thank you for watching. And yeah, I hope you are excited for the Rampage Knights content. It's very, very odd doing a post-commentary. For me. I'm used to present commentary, not post. So it's like, Anyways, thank you for watching, guys. I've been Phoenix Cypher. I've been your host. Thank you for watching. Adios, mis amigos. Go.